Guys, in this video, we're talking about the AccuTrac stand-up screw gun for shooting your screws and plates on your commercial roofing jobs. Stick around, we'll show you what it's all about. All right, guys, if you've ever bent over and shot so many screws and plates at the end of the day you didn't think you were gonna be able to stand up straight, go ahead and hit that like or subscribe button. My name's Aaron with Exterior Pro. We're here on one of our job sites, and in this video, we're gonna talk about the AccuTrac stand-up screw gun from OMG. And what we're doing is, we've done a video on the old school version, which we're running, but they sent us a new version, and we're gonna compare the two. We demoed it out to see how we like it, what the new features are, and we're gonna compare the two, and then we're gonna just let you get a little, an in-depth look of the product testing that they're doing. So they sent us a screw gun, we're gonna test it out, and then give them feedback, and that's what this video is about. All right, so a couple of key features that they've changed. So OMG is a very innovative company. I like almost everything they've made. It's very functional, and they're always trying to make things better, and that's not the exception here. So they're trying to make the existing stand-up AccuTrac screw gun better. So have they succeeded? Well, let's look at it. I think they have. So feature one that they've made better, probably the number one thing that I think has improved the functionality of this screw gun is the fact that with these old school guns, you had to drop a screw into the tube, engage the screw, or like in my mind, rack your round. Basically, you have to rack this, pop the screw gun down. That first screw will drop into the tube into position, like basically chambering around, and then you move the screw gun where you want it, and then you would drop another screw in, and that screw is going to sit right there until you shoot that screw that's been chambered. And then this screw, when you push down the gun, it's going to release that screw, so you've always got two screw guns in it. So one of the primary problems that guys have when we train them on these guns is that they can't really get a grasp of chambering the screw and how many do they have in there, so they end up double feeding it, which means you have to take the gun apart and basically undo two screws, where they try to jam two screws down the tube at one time. So it's a time-consuming deal to take the gun apart. When I turn around and I see a guy with the screw gun took apart multiple times in the morning, I look over, I know I've got the wrong guy on the screw gun. So it's not a hard gun to run, but that is one thing that guys have to overcome. They've kind of got to get their mind wrapped around putting a screw in, kind of racking around, and then letting the other screw feed in as they go. So it's a two-screw. So in this gun, they took that feature away where you're shooting a screw and kind of engaging it and dropping it into the chamber and getting it ready to fire. They took that away. Now it's just a single tube. So when you drop the screw into this tube, it's a single shot. It's like a single shot gun. You're gonna crack the barrel. You're gonna drop a shell in, click your barrel back up. You're gonna fire. It's empty. There's nothing else in there. Nothing to jam. So they've simplified the idea of the screw gun, and I like that feature. Also, they added a window at the bottom of this tube. All right, guys, here's your screw indicator window right here. So it's closed. There's not a screw in this. Now watch when I drop a screw down the... If you had dropped a screw into this and walked away and took a water break or got you a soda pop or whatever you're gonna do and came back to this gun, you may have forgot that you had a screw in there. Well, now there's a window at the bottom. So if you forgot and dropped another one in, well, now you got to jam, you got to take the gun apart, time consuming. Anytime you're not shooting screws, you're wasting time, all right? So they added a little window at the bottom of this, which will be, it's the screw indicator. So now you don't have to guess whether there's a screw in the chamber. You can look at the window and you can know. So the idea, the upgraded idea of this gun is that you have eliminated one of the major problems, which is the worker's confusion of how many screws and where the screw's at. They've eliminated that with the single shot tube and the indicator on the bottom of the tube. Also, as a new feature from this gun, if you have run these, you'll know that these are screw guns where we just lock them in place, and basically guys are putting their hands, both hands on top of this, putting pressure down. Well, OMG added handles, and they've added handles that are adjustable. So if you got a short guy, he can adjust this handle down and get down in here where it's at his. If you got a taller guy running the screw gun, you can pull this handle up, tighten it up, and you can make it more comfortable for the taller guy. So this old school version has no handles, new school version has handles, and you don't really touch this part of it. So you could run two handles if you want to. You could run a hand and a handle. You can adjust the handle. So that's an upgraded feature to make the gun more ergonomic for the worker, more comfortable to use throughout the day. Another awesome feature that I think is going to help is that the feeder tube on the old school version is small. So as you take screws, you pull them out of your tool bag, you got to flip the screw over to get it the right direction, of course, and you've got to feed it in this tube. Well, that's harder to hit than this. This is easier to hit. So they've expanded the funnel. So now I can be a little more sloppy, a little faster. I can shove screws into this machine faster because the tube's wider. So it's just a smart, small change that they made. They're always trying to make things better, and in my opinion, that is better. Easier, less misses. I don't have to hit the hole exactly. I can slam it right in the sides. Screw still feeds, still shoots. Good upgrade. All right, guys, getting towards the end of the upgraded features, just real quick, another feature of this is less resistance to push down. So as you work throughout the day, this takes a little bit more pressure. This is a little bit lighter. It doesn't take as much pressure to put the gun down. That's over time, that will mean less effort on the part of the worker, more productivity, so that's a good thing. But probably the biggest upgrade that I think they're gonna hit on is that when I asked how much this gun was, they didn't give me a specific price, but it's going to be cheaper than this gun. So what they've done is they've upgraded the gun, took some custom features off of it, simplified the design, made it easier to use, and they're going to lower the price, which will mean it's more accessible in the marketplace. So in my opinion, this gun's a big win. This is a prototype. When they get all the bells and whistles and everything tuned up and tweaked on this thing and get this thing into production, expect a lower cost from the new gun to the old gun. These old ones, like I said in the past videos that we've done, running somewhere between $2,800 and $3,200. It's great value at that, but if you can get a gun like this to shoot your screws and plates without bending over, and it's under that cost, and it's got the upgraded features, man, that's a win for the roofing and the guys you're roofing for. So guys, if you learned something, hit that like or subscribe button. Again, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.